So the card on the bottom of the deck here is the Emperor card. And the Emperor card, possible Aries, but this is about, this card represents a person who is really in charge of their world. You know, they've got it going on. They've got a lovely home. They pay their bills on time. They've got enough money to pay for the bills. There's somebody who, possible loving relationship. They know when to fight a battle and when not to. They're kind of the quintessential archetypal masculine energy, but they don't have to literally be in a masculine body, a male body. This is somebody who's got earth, air, water, fire elements in balance. Emotions, passions, logic and reason, material world, they're masters in those dimensions. And they're very balanced in that. Very, very stable energy. In fact, this first card here, the King of Pentacles, these are the two most stable energies in the deck. I could put the Queen of Pentacles up in here too. But this is someone who's materially successful. You see the wine grapes. That's a symbol of fertility, metaphorical fertility or literal fertility in that. But somebody who's able to manifest something, who's able to make something happen. King of Pentacles could be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Doesn't have to literally be a male either, but somebody who's in that energy. This is a homeowner, a manager, a business person, somebody who's successful at making money. They're good at that, right? I'm trying to think which way do I want to go here. The Tower card. Okay, the Tower card is about a shakeup in life. It's if we choose to make a huge or dramatic change in our life, we often don't get to this Tower card moment. But the Tower has to do with when we've put energy into something that's not ours, life has a way of ending it for us. If we build things based on our ego or on fears and not on our best or highest good, it's only a matter of time before the tower comes crashing down. You'll notice that it's a bolt of lightning that takes the tower down. The bolt of lightning indicates that there's a divine element in there. It's nature. It's natural law that takes it down. It's not a person. But this was not something that we should have erected anyway. For example, if you're working at a company and you're putting your blood, sweat, and tears into making this company rock and roll, but it's just not a good fit for you, or if your bosses are seedy or illegitimate or not fair or what have you, you're going to find this is going to come collapsing down. Sometimes it's a warning sign that if there's something in our life that is a monument to our own egotism, we may need to take it down. Or if we've been putting our hard energy into something that is not ultimately for our best good, then we need to leave that situation too. So examine your life and see what that needs to be, or what that is. It may not be work, because we're seeing the King and the Emperor both. And those are about sound, stable, financial or material positions. So it may not be your home. It may not be your business life. Then again, it could be. It could be your Mick job, if you have a Mick job, and that maybe you need to find another job elsewhere, if you're not the business owner or whatever of that. This Eight of Cups, this is about moving on from something that we've invested emotional energy from. And there may be a reluctance to do that. It's very, very difficult to leave a situation we've invested emotionally in. This up here, it almost looks like Pac-Man is trying to swallow the full moon here. I guess that would be a sun. But it's not. It's kind of about the phases of life, the days of our lives. Not that tacky soap opera, but you get the point. But this is a person who's moving on. There are some rocks, some mountains to climb, some obstacles. It's not going to be an easy journey because, again, this person's put 8 out of 10 cups. They've been investing in these cups for a while. So examine the area of your life. Now, Cups is emotions and spirit. So is there something, a person or relationship, or something along that has a spiritual or emotional significance for you that you have to leave behind, that ties back in with this Tower moment? What's the shakeup and where's that coming from? This can mean anything. This can mean divorce. This can mean whatever, getting fired or laid off, or, anything that's a huge change, whether you expect it or see it coming or not. And a lot of times there are warning signs that something's happening. So what does that mean? Now, this Ace of Cups is about a beginning of new love, but it's not a love for someone else. This has to do with love for self. And this love for self is about filling up your own cup, because only then can it overflow and we can nourish and nurture other people with it. Notice the divine hand coming from the sky. This hand here is spiritual. It's helping us to feel that spirit. I mean, this looks like a dove delivering a communion wafer. So there's a symbolism of rebirth in that, of purification, of love of self, love of others. But it's not per se a romantic or sexual love. It's more like a love for humanity, right? Think agape or philia type love, more so than eros love. In this situation, it's that you've done the work and you're waiting for your ships to come in. And if we look very closely, we can see that they're on the horizon over here. They're on their way. This is about something that's coming in for you that you have anticipated. So I get the feeling that whatever the shakeup is, there still is something very strong and positive for you. It's not throwing you completely off your game. It's almost as though you've got two major areas of life, and one of them is still quite stable and grounded, and that's your King of Pentacles energy, or your Emperor energy. Then again, it could be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn who's involved in this breakup, if you've been involved with some person like that, and that it's a breakup and that there's a moving on. And this, you're waiting for your ships to come in. But again, this Emperor is very stable energy. So if that Emperor is you, then it's not, you're still going to have a basic foundation of your job, your business, whatever it is that you're able to do to keep your feet under you. And Nine of Pentacles. This is a single person who has a plentiful garden, and you'll see she's got wine grapes in her garden. She, he, it, whatever. A beautiful bird. It's a lush garden here. This is something that this person here has created. This person has created it. And this is kind of the idea of a single person who has built their own wealth and their own comfort and their own home. So for those of you who may be experiencing a breakup, again, you still have the comforts of home in a sense. You've still got this material being. But the most important thing is really that you fill your own cup, that you find that place of self-love. This isn't selfishness. This is about taking care of you. A tree cannot produce healthy fruit, healthy nuts, anything like that if it's in toxic soil. It just can't. This is about you putting nutrients into your soil, weeding your garden so that you too can grow and bloom, that we can see the best of your energies, the best of you come forth in that. We'll go ahead and start here. This is the Judgment card, and this has to do with learning a karmic lesson and arising from what look like coffins or caskets. This is about rebirth, rejuvenation. This is sort of the idea that beyond the death, there is a rebirth. Think of butterflies coming out of a cocoon. This is that type energy there. This is a celebratory experience. This is very happy. Rebirth, renewal. Something comes down, and this is about the renewal behind it. Moving on to a better level, evolution, growing. The Queen of Cups is nurturance energy, possible water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. This is somebody that would be kind of like the ideal wife, the ideal partner. Depending on your age, could be a mother figure, somebody like that who cares for you, is benevolent towards you, could be a comforter, somebody who helps you through your rough times. You know, as you're waiting for your ships to come in, as you're dealing with your tower moment. It's difficult to want to move beyond all of this stuff, but it looks like it's something that's been necessary. And only you know how long it's been taking for you to get through this and to say, wait a minute. And this card here indicates a great deal of responsibility. You've had a lot of burdens and a lot of responsibility. So maybe part of this tower moment is about trimming off some of the fat so that you can relieve some of your burden. Your back is bent over. You don't look comfortable here, right? So getting back into a better sense of balance so that you can leave behind the things that have ultimately proved to be toxic for you or not in your own best interest, that haven't been for your good. You can do this in this single energy, this single person energy. This can happen for you. You've been waiting for this to come in, but part of this energy coming in and this Queen of Cups energy has been about you needing to get in relationship with yourself. And because you've been so hesitant to leave the things behind you that you've outgrown that are not for your best good, possibly because of fears of material instability, you've been missing out on these different opportunities. But when you leave this stuff behind you, when you learn how to love yourself and say, you know something, I'm going to be my best ally regardless of things outside of my control, then you learn your karmic lesson and you can move forward in your life. You can find a more loving energy, a more loving and positive healing energy for you. And rid yourself of some of these burdens that you believed that you needed, but that were a function of building on your ego and not on what was best for your spiritual development. And then and only then can you find yourself in the level of balance of the Emperor. The Emperor, he's somebody we have to level up to. Nobody's born an emperor. They have to grow and learn through education and experience and wisdom and spiritual integrity. To become the Emperor takes a great deal of self-discipline and honor and righteous thinking. It's not a small task. Not a small task. So let me shuffle our oracle cards. I'm working with the Sacred Traveler oracle cards today by Denise Lynn. And let's see if Spirit has another message. We got a jumper right away here. Breaking trail. A breakthrough is at hand. So let me see. Now give me one moment and I'll pull this up. You can see it. Breaking trail. You're at the beginning of a breakthrough. Wow, that's like that Judgment card over there. Everything you've been doing for the past few years has been preparation for what's ahead. There are those instances when the path isn't clear ahead, and in those moments you sometimes need to break trail. In your life, it may seem that the path disappears. However, the only way to the destination is to push through. Keep going. Do things in a new way. Imagine a woman giving birth. It's hard, but through her great effort, a baby comes into being. Something new and exciting is coming into your life. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know it's not about following the path ahead, but creating your own trail. It's time to stop standing on the edge of life and just take a leap. Your patience is going to pay off. Old limitations and inner blockages are dropping away. Don't let fear keep you from moving forward. This is truly the time to allow yourself to experience the fear, but do it anyway. Something for which you've waited a long time is about to come into fruition. Don't be afraid to jump in with both feet. Your efforts will help create a trail for others. Letting go of karmic lessons and letting go of fear, feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Because what else is there? Is there building a life based on ego trip and ego fears and insecurities and doubts of self? Or can you let that go? Learn the lesson of self-love, self-care, and be able to release karmic baggage and awaken into a new, joyous celebration of your personal evolution, your personal ability to level up and become this person you've always admired before, and finding that the person you admire the most is the one that's looking back at you in the mirror. This is you. This is your destiny. But we can miss the destiny because we're too stubborn to take the leap of faith.